I can proudly say I'm marked safe from not purchasing the Starbucks Bear Cup. Can't say that for other trends, but for this one, I didn't get it. So I'm listening, it's Liz. I would define myself as a maximalist for sure. I love a good trinket. I like walls to be filled with paintings or things I found at the thrift store. I like a good gallery wall. And I love having too much stuff. I've actually been quoted to say that one day I want to have the most epic estate sale that a group of girls gets excited, starts a group chat, says, we gotta go, let's do lunch afterwards, and they get to spend a whole Saturday finding treasures of the things that I have been curating in the same way and fashion. Don't get me wrong, I love to spend money. This is not an attack on those of us who love shopping, but with the holidays coming up, I was kind of like, do I turn this into an entire episode? Because I think I can. So why not? This Starbucks Bear Cup has caused absolute chaos across the internet, across the country. People are waiting in line for hours to get their hand on them. I saw somebody selling one locally for like $125. This plastic, I'm pretty sure it's plastic, maybe it's glass, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this plastic bear cup that is impossible to clean. If you don't have a dishwasher, like, I wouldn't want to have to deal with trying to clean that thing. It's not even a practical cup. Like, how much are you actually getting out of that? And maybe that's just because I'm older now, and when I want to drink water, like, I want a good volume of water to have. I don't want to have to get up again. This bear cup is just like every other trend, every other you must have this, run, don't walk type of attitude. And it made me want to sit down and do an entire episode about it. Because this is not the first time this has happened. It won't be the last time that this has happened. And I was thinking of other items that had the same kind of energy. This Starbucks Bear Cup energy. I mean, in the cup world, Stanley Cups. I just saw Stanley Cups in one of the Maxinista stores, okay? That's not a good sign because everybody wanted one in every color and every limited edition, and now they are showing up on the clearance racks. And I never fell for the Stanley Cup one either, only because I have a Yeti, I'm a creature of habit, and I found that the Stanley was annoying because it was not leak proof, but that's besides the point. So I was thinking of other things that kind of fell into this world of the Starbucks Bear Cup. And I was like, silly bands, Labubus, the Lululemon crossbody bags. And then I asked my friends, I was like, what else gives this energy? What am I forgetting about? And they were like, Uggs, which totally, back when I was in high school, I always wanted a pair of Uggs. I had Fugs, so fake Uggs, but they're obviously not the same. And Uggs, Pandora bracelets, Alex and Ani bracelets, Toms. I mean, I can think of a handful of brands and items. Silly bands. Did I say silly bands yet? Because that was the most ridiculous, I think, out of all of them. But I can think of a handful of things that went super viral. Everybody wanted to have one. Everybody needed it. They created so much that then there were dupes created. And now, do I know where my Toms are? No. Regardless, how can I spend an entire episode on this? Easy. Because with the holidays coming up, the marketing is going to get out of this world. And I'm in the marketing world. I know what my job is. It's to sell you things. But I always say we value things differently. And the things I think are valuable, the things I'm willing to spend my money on, not the same as you. There are those who want to go and spend lots of money to go see like live sporting events. Could never be me. Could never be me. But there's a lot of you who are like, you spent how much on a new Taylor Swift sweater that you didn't need? Exactly. I'm not perfect. And the thing is, we all decide how we want to spend our money differently. But with the holidays, I wanted to know, is it okay to gift somebody something that maybe is secondhand? Is it okay to gift something that is you found on sale, on clearance, only $25 worth of value? Gifting this time of year is tricky. And I know who I can give secondhand gifts to and have it be loved versus hated a little bit. And it's because I'm a secondhand shopper. This was not like an overnight switch where all of a sudden I became this thrift queen, as people like to refer to me as. This was a slow progression of me realizing just how much goes into these thrift stores. And whether you're looking at plates or silverware, you're looking at artwork or toys or shoes or clothing, you can find close to anything in the thrift store. At this point, my wardrobe is probably 80% secondhand. Of course, I love a good new item. I love certain brands. I can't help it. I love the TikTok shop. But I know that at this point, if I want something, most likely it's already been made and it's waiting for me at the thrift store. And I can promise you that. And there is nothing wrong if you like to go shopping and get brand new stuff and you want name brand and you want tags on them. I know that I'm not going to gift you anything secondhand, but there are some people who have the stigma that using somebody else's pre-loved clothing or pre-bought clothing, because some clothing still has tags on it in the thrift stores. I want to just let you know that now. There are some people out there who can't even wrap their head around, why would you do that? That's gross. That's disgusting. Power to you. You value clothing different than me, and that's okay. To just put it into perspective before you go and purchase somebody something else that maybe you think that they want or makes a nice gift or whatever. Right now on the planet, there is enough clothes to clothe the next 6 generations. And that study was done, and they've still made clothing every single day since then. Every single day. Fast fashion is something that is serious, and we do need to talk about it. And obviously, we all don't have money to go and buy beautiful things or time to go into the thrift stores. And I totally understand it. But this holiday season, if you can think of a different way to gift, where maybe it's not just something that will spark joy for 7 seconds and then head to the thrift stores, or spark joy for 7 seconds and break or be forgotten about and left in a cabinet somewhere because it ultimately was just like a hot, trendy thing. And then that was that. So we all hold things at different values. And I can't preach that enough, because the things I'm willing to spend my money on, the things that you're willing to spend your money on, completely different things, right? This year in particular, there is absolutely no reason to go into debt for the holidays. Number 1, all right? Number 2, because I've been talking about this and kind of like researching it to see what I wanted to talk about, under consumption videos have become like a huge part of my For You page at this point. And some of these people, they're a little far out, okay? Like Extreme Cheapstakes, like if you've ever watched that show, you know that some people are living life. Are they really living? Not really, because they're like not willing to even turn on water for themselves to take a shower. They save rainwater, whatever it is. It's just, that's not what I'm trying to make you do, okay? Underconsumption is true. Somebody had said that they had one of those like really trendy lip glosses, and that lip gloss took them 5 months to get through. 5 months of using it consistently every day. And they were like, I have another 6 hanging out. She goes, this one took me 5 months. I don't need to purchase another one for years. And isn't that crazy? Because obviously, when you like something, you want to have multiple of, or you are told like, oh, this is this flavor, or this is this scent, and you need this limited edition, and this one's perfect for the holidays, and this one's great for the new season. And I have fallen into that, and I still do. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but it does kind of make you go, this holiday season, you might be signed up for a Secret Santa that's got all those rules and stipulations. And what are you going to get? A candle, another chapstick, another this, another that. How much stuff can you really bring into your house? Because there are times where I look around my home, being someone who loves stuff, and I can feel the clutter. I can feel the chaos. I can feel just feeling squished by the items that I already have. And the holidays do make me a little nervous, because you never know what people are going to like bring into your home, and you feel guilty keeping. And, you know, things end up at the thrift store, I want to say like days after Christmas. Those are some of my favorite times to go thrifting. Days after. Keep that in mind. So because these underconsumption videos are hitting my For You page along with Thrift Miss, I do want to just say there are people out there who will not want your secondhand gifts. There are people out there who want to have the name brand, who need to have the new with tags, who need to prove through the amount of money that you're spending how much they like you, how much they love you. It's not what the holiday's about, but that's what's happened. And I don't want to blame go big and blame consumerism and commercialism and all of that stuff, capitalism. Or I have been shopping for so long at the thrift stores that, people are like, oh, there are some thrifters out there who still hate on the fact that Shein ends up in thrift stores so quickly, which is true. But you know what? If I like something and I can save it from the landfill, by all means, I'm going to do it. The item's already been made. The bad has already happened. If I can keep this and I like this and I can wear it and tell people it's still thrifted, who cares what the name brand is on it? But that's just a me thing. I know that there are people out there who can't handle that. And as I sit here now in my living room, because my front porch, it's sadly the end of the season here in central New York, I have my Christmas tree up. And that is another thing entirely. People and Christmas decor and completely rebranding themselves every year for the theme. The theme this Christmas that everybody's talking about is Ralph Lauren Christmas, aka traditional, classic, plaid, red and green Christmas. And this nostalgic way of thinking is getting you to spend more money on things that look old. That if you just kept your old decor, you would have been 10 times already in it. Can't get mad about this because there are so many dumb things that I spend my money on, and I know it. My husband always says to me, I don't know how you have any money left because of what you spend your money on. So I'm not sitting here telling you that I'm saving myself money, because I saw some documentary. It was people back in the day used to only purchase 6 to 7 new clothing items a year. A year. Keep that in mind. Now, the quality of their clothes was different, okay? But that meant that they were going to the mall, they were going to the store, they were picking out a new pair of jeans, a new pair of pants, a shirt, undershirt, underwear, whatever. And that was what they were doing once a year. I go to the thrift store now and I come home with 6 to 7 items every time. So I'm still overspending and overbuying. But I guess I just wonder if we ever take the time to actually think about it. Do you ever think about the items that you're bringing back into your house? When I first started thrifting, I was overwhelmed by the price of everything, the amount of everything. I was purchasing stuff left and right. Now, I'm a little bit more relaxed. I've seen every good deal. I know what is a good deal, what's not a good deal. I remember I took a friend thrifting with me, and she really wanted to go and find Christmas decor. I was like, well, the best place to start, I say, is the thrift store. And then after that, go to the other stores and have yourself a good old time. And we went, and you would have thought I had taken a kid to a candy store. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Finding all of these things, putting them to the cart. And I think I went home with I found a wreath. And they were like, I don't understand how you didn't find anything more. And I was like, I have been doing this for so long now that the only things I want to bring into my home are things that I really, really love, because I got too much stuff there already. So I gotta be careful, which I'm sure most of you can understand. If I go to a craft fair or a vendor fair, I'm always nervous because I'm I'm going to buy so much stuff because, those are small business people. I want to support them. What am I going to do with these items when I get them back home? Where are they going to go? And I'm starting to lose faith that I am going to be able to figure it all out. This holiday season, I think it's a good note that maybe you need to look around your own house, figure out what matters to you. If it does not bring you joy, do not keep it. We're going to Marie Kondo our life right now. I collect salt and pepper shakers. Again, other things that people would never spend their money on. I get it. I collect salt and pepper shakers, and you can find salt and pepper shakers everywhere. The difference is I want to collect vintage ones. I want to collect cool ones, and I want to collect ones that make sense to what I like to display in my home. And I had to tell my sister and my mother, I was like, listen, I love that you're gifting me salt and pepper shakers. Make sure they are epically cool. Make sure that they are epically different, because I don't need another generic pair that they just made for the latest line. I want cool, different, out there salt and pepper shakers. And they've found me some really cool ones because of that, like, that direction. But I just wonder, like, if we were to think of the things in our homes like that, if we were to think of like the intention of bringing stuff home, like, things break so much easier now. The quality of items isn't there. And I don't want to sit here and be like, the world's ending, because it's not. It's just that maybe it's because I like things that are old. My husband never necessarily got it. He was always like, you can't gift things you found at the thrift store. And I was like, why? Because this item is perfect for you. This item is perfect for my sister. This item is perfect for your son. And you're telling me because I purchased it at the thrift store, it makes it less than? It's a name brand that I got at a fraction of the cost, that's basically brand new, and that you all are going to love. And it wasn't until recently when he started to kind of eventually see, I was like, I'm not coming home with garbage, and I'm not coming home with things that don't hold any value. They just are perceived as less valuable because they're secondhand, which is nuts to me. But growing up, I remember wanting every cool new thing. Like, there are people who worry about the tech that they bring into their life. Like, they update their phone so much. I think before I got my latest phone, my last upgrade was 2018. And I was so excited because it had portrait mode. And I had that phone until 2023. I think I might have gotten this right before my wedding. But I remember my one friend who sold me the phone. She was like, she's like, I sold you that phone, and I've now had 2 different jobs since then. It's time to change. It's time to upgrade. But, you know, like, if things work for you, why do we need to get the best, the newest, the greatest? And obviously it's a lot of pressure from the rest of the world. And, you know, I think about I think my mindset also comes from growing up. I was given a digital point and shoot camera. I was so excited because I could shoot video on it and photo. And that's what I got. And we weren't going to get another one. And I murdered that camera. That camera had been through so much, to the point where it would film, but it would film in and out of being like blurry and in focus. I would have absolutely no say of when it would. And I would just record and hope that the good bits would be in focus. And if not, I would edit out the unfocused parts. Like, my mindset was always use what you got until you absolutely can't. And I had younger cousins who were like, well, I want to start a YouTube channel, but, you know, I need to have the camera and the lights and the microphone. And it's because that's what people were telling them that they needed. In order to create this, you need this. I mean, this podcast is a prime example. I bought really expensive equipment that I still have yet to be able to figure out how to use, because, you know, it would help if I bought the right stuff to go along with it. That's why we love Amazon Prime. But I'm using a pretty basic microphone. I'm doing it in the most basic way with my computer. And it's working for the most part. And life is continuing on, because once you start something and you start to learn something, then you put more value into it. I think of my snowshoeing, okay? I didn't know if I was going to even like it. So I didn't go out and buy the best of the best snowshoes. I borrowed a friend's, enjoyed it enough, looked on Amazon, found a pretty cheap pair, got those, and thought, if I even go out 3-4 times, that makes it worth it. Those shoes are now paid for. And if I enjoy it enough to keep going, cool. If I one day want to get the nicer, insane, like I'm a professional snowshoer, I can. But right now the value isn't in it for me. And that's okay. Do I hate on those who went to go get that Stanley Bear cup? Of course not. Of course not. I love a good cup. Okay? I get it. I'm just saying, why do we have to hate on everybody else for what they want to spend their money on? I mean, I can sit here and say, it does seem insane to sit in a line for hours, but I have waited in lines for dumber things. For free t-shirts at Moe's for Cinco de Mayo. I stood in line and got myself my free t-shirt with my burrito that day. I wish I could say I'm above doing certain things, but I'm not. And that's fine. What I figured, if we took a minute to realize what we value, how we want to spend our money, and especially this holiday season. Going into debt for the holidays, not needed, not necessary. There's absolutely nothing that anybody needs in your family that is valued at you having to deal with a huge credit card bill in January. I talked about this in one of my latest Instagram reels, which if you don't follow me at Listen It's Liz, you should. But I worked with Broadway Utica to create a really great reminder that you should be gifting experiences. Gifting experiences means time spent together. And maybe that's zoo passes or tickets to a show or a concert or whatever it is. That's money well spent, in my opinion. And I know there's going to be people out there like, why would I spend money to go? It doesn't matter what you say. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I know, I get it. I always think it's cool to gift experiences in the sense that sometimes kids don't need another thing. They don't. And they don't want to open up clothes because it's boring for them, right? But, clothes is what they actually need because they're growing so much. And I don't know. I just think the trends are going to come and they're going to go. And, I remember getting my GameCube and losing my mind as a teenager because that's all I wanted. And I got it. And boy, did it make me so happy. And I'm sure that as a parent, to gift something that they really want, like the Stanley Cup or the Labubu or the slippers or the whatever it is, whatever hot item it is. It seems crazy that a Lululemon crossbody bag could bring so much joy to somebody, but it could because it means more. The value is more than what the actual item is. It's a purse. It's not even a Birkin bag. You know what I mean? So this holiday season, as you are trying to find yourself the most epic, most amazing gifts for everybody in your life, just remember the most amazing gift you can give somebody is your time, your love. And there are people out there who do thriftmas that are not fully thrifted items, okay? You can go into a thrift store and find cute mugs. Promise you can always do that. And then go and get a gift card to go along with it or coffee, their favorite coffee or whatever. And then you have a thrifted gift. You could go in there and I see a lot of people do recipe books and then maybe they find cutting boards or they get a new cutting board or whatever. They make something up cute. I am telling you, the challenge is fun. So that's my tidbit. That's my episode. Today was a way for me to talk about my favorite thing, which is thrifting. A way to talk about the items and hilariousness of years past, whether it's skinny jeans or Ray-Bans or, all of these trends that came in and out because of celebrities or TV shows or social media. It seems so silly because back in the day when you couldn't find silly bands, it was the absolute worst thing in the world. Now, if you needed a silly band, people would look at you like, what? What is it? Oh, I forgot about those, And I think that's what's crazy. We're going to be thinking of Labubus like that in the future. And people were spending upward of hundreds of dollars on them. Wild. Absolutely wild. So I guess my little tidbit is we all hold things at different values. If you got yourself the Bear Cup, congratulations. If you got yourself the Bear Cup to put it online, I don't like you. I'm sorry. That part I don't like. But go off, have fun this holiday season, but don't go into debt. It's not worth it. It's not what the season is about. And if we want to go thrifting, let's rent a party bus and do something crazy because that would be really fun. But if you're like, oh no, I just want to go regular thrifting with you, stop by anytime because most likely I'm always there. So I love you. I mean it. I'll see you the next episode. And now because I've been talking about it, I do think I need to note that one of the trendy things I just got myself were the Crocs that look like Uggs. I'm not above buying things, okay? Because sometimes I have no willpower at all. But boy, were they cute. So run, don't walk. No, I'm kidding.